What does the vagus nerve have to do with all this art of leadership? So much. There is a neurobiological imperative in every human being, and it's our universal common denominator that brings us, no pun intended, closer together as we tackle the biggest crises that we've faced as a humanity. And as we tackle how to better lead ourselves so that we can come into connection with ourselves and with others. So the way that we tell ourselves stories about our own lives is related to our state of nervous system. What does this mean? So in one day, whatever kind of day you're having, you'll kind of dance and titrate between your sympathetic fight, flight, freeze. If there's a car that passes by on the street, you're gonna stop. Your amygdala is ringing in your, like a bell in your brain and telling you stop. It's for survival mode. We're actually really wired for survival and for human connection. That's what the brain does. And our brain are, what, 200,000 years old? The structure hasn't changed much. But the programming has changed. And now that we are impairing children's brain development because they're on screens all the time and there's less social connection and less time in nature, what's happening? And you might recognize this. Anybody have teenagers here? Okay, so here we go. Because we're impairing the development of their brains in so many ways, the period between 6 and 10 years old, approximately, where young people are supposed to be experiencing a sense of independence, a sense that they can fall off their bike, get back up, it's all good, daddy and mommy's not freaking out, you're gonna be fine. You know, our parents were cooking and saying, come back after dinner before, and it's so different now. So what's happening is that when this period of low cost, low risk experience is not lived in the brain hasn't prepared itself to deal with the high risk, high cost of adult life and teenage life. So criticism, failure, very difficult to deal with. And we're not pinpointing and saying, oh, it's their fault. No, we are reacting in our nervous system to abnormal living circumstances. So what does this mean for leadership? If we want to be able to lead others, to face the crisis that we're facing as a society, to have more peaceful households, to have more peaceful communities and schools and governments. And if you look around the world now, by the way, if I had came in on stage here like this, what do you think, first of all, when I came on, what's the first thing you think your human brain picked up on for fun? Anybody? The suit. No. Any other idea? My energy. You're right. It's actually the facial expressions. So if you were in alert mode right now, and if your nervous system was hijacked in alert mode, you feel stressed, something bad happened today, and you got bullied on social media, I don't know what it is, or your spouse wasn't nice, or whatever triggered you, okay? A lot of people are chronically stuck in their sympathetic nervous system, the fight, flight, freeze, and they're saying that it's close to like 40 and 50% of the population, okay? So if I was on stage right now and I had a neutral face on like this, you could interpret my neutral expression as aggressive if you're in your sympathetic nervous system. So think about the state of the world, think about the state of companies, think about the state of schools, of teenagers together. The neurobiological imperative of speaking to our nervous system, knowing how to reset ourselves. We're able to answer 100 emails a day, but we're not able to breathe? Really? Did you not feel a little bit better after this exercise, even if it's 1%? Good if it was 20 or 30 or 40? There is no disputing the science here. Your body needs to reset. Restoration, sleep, which is affected because, well, 4 people raised their hands when I asked if they had a sound night of sleep? The way we treat ourselves is the way we lead ourselves. And the way we lead ourselves is the way we lead others.